Welcome to 8th grade ELA writing workshop. Today we're going to be talking about newspaper articles and we're going to be learning about the qualities or the features of a newspaper article. What is a newspaper article? Simply put, a newspaper is a simple and concise report on current events, something new or significant, or something unusual to the reader. They're very formal and they're highly objective. When we talk about objective, we mean that it's free from your own opinion. What is the purpose of a newspaper article? Newspaper articles are written to provide the reader with up to date and in depth information about a wide range of topics. And when we talk about readers, who are we talking about? The audience or the reader is the general public. It can be anyone, as long as it's a topic that they're interested in reading about. There are three types of newspaper articles. You have local newspaper articles, national newspaper articles, and international newspaper articles. Local newspaper articles cover a specific region, usually a small region, like the Bronx or New York. National news reports cover the entire country. So sources like USA Today or CNN or Fox News, they tell us about what's happening across the United States in different states. International news articles cover countries around the globe. Sources like BBC and the Associated Press are sources that cover international based news. There are a couple things that we find in all articles. These are called newspaper article must-have. Newspaper articles have information about the 5 W's and the 1 H. Who is the subject of the article? What is the main action happening? When is this event taking place? Where is it taking place? Why is it happening? And how is it being handled? Newspaper articles must also have a topic. Usually the topic is either going to be political, based on crime, based on our economy, or social issues. Newspapers have to have a headline. Think of the headline as the title of the piece. It is meant to grab the reader's attention, to make them want to read your article. Then we have to have a byline. Someone gets the credit for writing the article, and we also have to know when it's published and where it's referring to, what city, what state, or what country. After that, we have the lead paragraph. Think of this as your introduction, however, much smaller. The lead paragraph provides enough context or background information to draw the reader into your story. It helps us to understand the event. It should be short and concise, and it should talk about the first 3 of the 5 W's, the who, the what, and the where. Then you move on to the body paragraphs. That's where you elaborate on the information by giving us more details about the 5 W's and the H. There is a particular structure to a newspaper articles. This is called an inverted pyramid. Inverted means upside down. What that means is, in newspaper terms, is that you will be giving information from most important to least important. Newspaper articles generally do not have a conclusion, but the least important information might be put at the bottom of the article, or it might be a quote from someone who knows about the event. Newspaper articles often have images and captions. Be very intentional when selecting your images and your caption. The first image usually accompanies the headline, and it captures the attention of the reader. The other images help the reader to visualize what is happening. When we talk about style, we're talking about how to make sure that your article fits the standard for newspaper articles. An average sentence length consists of about 20 words. The sentences can be simple or compound and more complex, and those are usually used to report facts. Try to avoid cliches and slang, vernacular, offensive words like curse words, and jargon, which is just being way too wordy. Paragraphs are often very small, usually 2 to 3 sentences. You want to use a third person tense, so you don't want to refer to yourself. No I, me, my, our, us. You can quote, Quoting other individuals helps to give your article more strength, and it makes your article more credible. And lastly, you want to balance your active and your passive voice. Now let's look at this article about Meek Mill and Jay-Z's organization. You will notice on this page we have the headline, Meek Mill and Jay-Z's organization donating 100,000 surgical masks to prisons amid coronavirus pandemic. That is meant to grab your attention. Most people know Meek Mill, and most people know who Jay-Z is. And because it is a topic that relates to our current pandemic, it is also going to pull you in to get more information about what's happening. It says who the author is. The New York Daily News is the source that put it out, and the date is there. Pay attention to the picture. They put a picture of one of the people named in the headline, and there's a caption there to say what his role is in the entire organization. And then we have the lead. The lead is meant to give you is meant to give you information really quickly. Most people get most of their information from the lead and then decide if they want to keep reading to get more information. The body of the article, usually 3 to 4 paragraphs and short, elaborates on the information provided in the lead. Lastly, the article ends with a quote based from someone who is familiar with what the organization is doing and what is happening in the prison system. Your next task is going to be to research to find a newspaper article that relates to your topic. Once you have found that article, I want you to identify the parts of the article. I want you to identify the headline and the caption and the image. I also want you to identify the lead, the body, and the ending of the article. Thank you for your time. Good luck.